right, today's theme is pork. We're going to do a St. Louis style pork spare rib as well as some pig trotters. Both of them are going to go into sous vide for about 12 hours at 165 degrees. And we're going to pull them out and throw them on the smoker for 3 hours. So in the ribs, it's a pretty small rack, organic from Fresh Direct. So right now I'm just going to clean it up a little and remove the membrane from the bone side. Right, I got Jaden here to help me with the rub portion of it, and he can give me a couple of spoonfuls. So this rub is it's pretty simple, just salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a little cumin. You just throw it right on there, all of it. Yeah, keep going, more. I also have some cumin, some ground chives, and that's about it. More. Give me another spoonful here. More. Right here. Okay. And there's a little more on this side here. Yeah. Can keep the spoon further away though. Don't touch the meat with the spoon, okay? Okay, and this side. Let's go. Lay it on heavy. Keep going. One here. All right, thank you, partner. All right, so again, in the rub is just salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, ground chives, and some sugar. That's it. All right, so right now I'm gonna bag these up, vacuum seal. I'm going to let them sit for about 12 hours before I throw them in the sous vide for 12 hours. Once we're done sous viding, I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to rub them again before I put them on the smoker. Alright, so these were actually cooking for a little over 13 hours. I had some errands to run in the morning, so I didn't pull them out right at 12, but it shouldn't make a huge difference. So I just have them chilling in an ice bath right now, and once the temperature gets a little lower, I'm going to throw them on the smoker. And you see all the liquid in here actually isn't from the meat. For the trotters, I had actually frozen my kind of braising brine or the stew that I usually braise it in, frozen it, put the chunks of it in the vacuum sealer, sealed it together. I'll show you a picture of that in a second. And then so once you throw it in the sous vide, it melts and then really braises in that liquid, so it comes out super succulent, super moist and tender. So again, I'm gonna let these chill. I'm gonna brush a little soy sauce on the trotters, and then I'm gonna throw them on the smoker. The ribs are in here as well. I'm gonna do another light rub on it with a little mustard, and that'll go in the smoker as well. Alright, outside now, getting the smoker ready. This is the El Cheapo Brinkman with a few mods, right? This is a very cheap smoker, but with a few mods actually works pretty well. I drill a couple of holes in the firebox. I also added the charcoal grate so it doesn't sit in its ash. Put the legs on the outside instead of the inside, so that you can actually just put the firebox on a brick. Then you can lift the whole smoker on and off if you need to add fuel during the cook. And also added some vents. The cap's still inside, but on the cover is still inside rather. And I added a vent, an adjustable vent on that, so it helps with temperature control. I'm gonna go ahead and get this charcoal started. This is the Cowboy brand hardwood lump. let this get going. I'll finish prepping the meat and I'll be back out here to put everything together. Alright, the coals are about ready, probably another 5 minutes or so. So I'm going to get the pellet tube ready as well. In about 5 minutes we can put it all together and throw the meat in there. Let that burn like a candle for 5 to 10 minutes or so. And once you kind of put it over, the flame goes out and it starts putting out some real good quality smoke. Alright, as you can see, we're getting a ton of smoke out of the pellet. The coals are ready. Let's get this all set up. Get smoked. So I have the firebox here on the brick. Make sure the vent holes are exposed. Just gonna dump this in. What I did here is I moved the coals over away from this side so it doesn't get super hot here. And this is where I'm going to lay my tube smoker. So right there. See, get a nice volume of smoke coming out of that. Alright, ready to go. The water tray filled up on the bottom, ribs and the larger knuckle on the lower level, and the rest of the trotters up top. And I'm just going to lift the whole thing and place it over the fire. Is the cover, and that's the vent I mentioned. Super easy. Drill a couple holes, put the vent on with a spring clip, and it works perfectly. I'm gonna put the probe in there and cover it up. Have it dangling there kind of in the middle of the cook space to get a good idea of the temperatures in there. Everything's already cooked through, so that doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure it doesn't get too hot and dry everything out. Alright, so there we have it. I'm gonna keep an eye on the temp, make sure it doesn't get too hot. I'm going to take a peek at it every once in a while, make sure there's good smoke still coming out. I'm going to leave the vent closed for a few minutes just so the fire smolders out and the temperature drops a little bit. Then I'm going to open it up a little bit and see if I can get it to maintain around 230 degrees or so. Here we are halfway through. It's an hour and a half into the cook. Still smoking away, as you can see. And the temperatures have been holding at a perfect 107 Celsius, which is right around 225 Fahrenheit. Let's see how they look. look like they're coming along nicely. Well, the ribs are probably done. You can see the bones just slipping right through. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to pull the ribs off now and then let the rest go for, probably doesn't even need another hour and a half, probably just another 45 minutes or so, get the smoke flavor really permeating through that. And you know what, I'm just going to leave the whole thing, you know, just pull all of it early. Let it go for another 45 minutes. We'll see you then. Alright, 45 minutes has gone by. Temp's starting to drop. It's down to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. But I'm just going to go ahead and pull everything off. Let's see how they look. Oh yeah, they're definitely ready to come off. That smells delicious. Alright, I'm going to pull these off, bring them inside, and see how they taste. Tell you what, this smells absolutely delicious. Let's see how it tastes. Cannot wait. Yeah, I mean, this meat, the meat just coming off the bone. Oh man, that is good. Smoky, tender, moist. Perfect. Really perfect. Try some of the skin off of one of the trotters here. And the bone, same thing, bone kind of just fell right off. Oh yeah. Well, you can hear that, but it's got a nice crisp crunch to it. Not leathery or chewy, just crunchy, fatty, and delicious. Let's see what the meat looks like here. You can see that it's got a nice smoke ring in there too. The meat just pulls apart, super moist and tender. That's good barbecue.